In one of the darkest moments of America's industrial history, the Triangle Shirtwaist Company factory in New York City burns, killing 146 workers. The tragedy led to the development of a series of laws and regulations that better protected the safety of factory workers. If you want to know more, stay with us. Let's determine what happened. Firstly, someone tossed a cigarette into a container with fabric remnants and tissue paper packings on the 8th floor of the building. Flames are already leaking the rolls of shirtwaist hanging overhead by the time men arrive with the fire buckets. Twists of ash settle on the oil-covered floor and fall into scar pins. People crowd into the flimsy fire escape in a panic. Others run to the stairway on Washington Street, but it's locked. To check workers for stolen things, management likes to make employees leave up green stairs. The women were able to escape when a floor manager pushes them aside and unlocks the door, but the fire is right behind them. As they grow, the flames are devouring the building's stairwells. The executives on the 10th floor are cautioned by a phone operator. However, nobody warned the 9th floor. When flames start to leak the windows there, workers realize there's danger. The Green Street stairs are blocked by flames. 20 workers are spilled down and air-shaped as the fire escapes, which they had built onto collapses. Girls who are trapped shout at the locked Washington Street door. Their hair and clothing start to tangle. They are dragged toward the windows and walls by flame. However, the heat warps the rails, causing the cars to halt as the heroic elevator operators undertake as many trips as they can. In an effort to slide down the wires, desperate women jump down the shaft. Eventually, the fire department shows up, but their largest ladder can only reach the 6th floor. The women start to jump. Those who fled the burning building by jumping off it may not have been attempting to survive. They merely desired a quicker resolution. They may have wished to prevent their bodies from being burnt beyond recognition so that their loved ones could still recognize them. The window on the opposite side of the building is finally broken by the number of bodies trying to escape the fire. 33 people fall to the ground, some of them already on fire. The police discovered 146 bodies on the roadway after counting the victims. Who is to blame? Even though the fire started with the men whose cigarettes started the first sparkle, Blank and Harris were counted guilty in this incident by society. Two affluent immigrants entrepreneurs, Isaac Harris and Max Blank, went on trial for a single count of manslaughter in a crowded courtroom in New York City 112 years ago in December. On March 25, 1911, a fire at their business, the Triangle Waste Co., took the lives of 146 employees. Evidence established that they could have avoided the incident by putting sprinklers and fire escapes in the building in the event that a fire broke out. Additionally, it is clear that these two guys made it a regular habit of keeping the two stairway exit doors locked at all times, which is what caused the fire that claimed the lives of many people. Additionally, it is clear that these two guys made it a regular habit of keeping the two stairway exit doors locked at all times, which is what caused the fire that claimed the lives of many people. Fairness did not prevail. Harris and Blank were found not guilty after a 3-week trial that featured testimony from more than 100 witnesses. Veterans of the court system attributed the unexpected verdict to Judge Thomas Crane's aggressively pro-defense jury instruction. The fact that the jurors were also businessmen undoubtedly helped them to escape judgment. How people's lives were immediately changed after this incident. Young Francis Perkins, the dynamo who went on to become the first female cabinet secretary minister, was one of the thousands of people who witnessed workers jump to their death. It turned out to be a multi-chain story about the convergence of the forces of technology, feminism, consumerism, immigration, politics, and a dash pure chance. People from all walks of life crowded the Metropolitan Opera House after Anne Morgan and Alva Belmont organized a conference to demand action on fire safety on a week after the disaster. A funeral march for the Triangle passed away was attended by around 350,000 people a few days later. A lesson from the fire was that the government had a duty to protect workers and that uncontrolled free market systems might not be entirely consistent with democracy. Not only people's lives, but policies changed after this incident. 3 months after the accident, the governor of New York signed a law establishing the Factory Investigating Commission, which had unknown authority in response to pressure from activists. With the help of workers' rights activists like Francis Perkins, the commission looked into approximately 2,000 workplaces across a variety of industries, and 8 regulations covering fire safety, factory inspections, hygiene, and employment policies for women and children were passed as a result. The labor laws in New York State were completely revised the following year, and the State Department of Labor was established to oversee their enforcement. The National Labor Relations Act, one of the most comprehensive worker protections in the country, was developed by the New Deal, which was led by Francis Perkins and Robert Wagner, who acted as the Commission's chair during the Roosevelt administration. To conclude, this scary accident has changed the lives of millions of people all around the USA. The fact that 146 people were killed by the carelessness of man in fact led to the revolution and reforms in workers' protection laws, which brought safety as a part of the sustainability. This incident clearly shows us how one misadventure with a big amount of victims can cause revolution, development in technology, and sustainability to certain groups of people. Thank you for watching our daily news.